All right. So, how well do you breathe? And do you have a breathing issue? Well, what the research has bared out is about 60 to 80% of us actually have breathing inefficiency or actually breathing dysfunction. And what the research shows is that people that breathe very, very well typically don't have pain, and people that breathe very, very well typically move very well. Being able to move well is part of what makes us capable, keeps us healthy over time. So, having efficient breathing mechanics is extremely important. Now, obviously, we all have to breathe. Oxygen, it's important to get oxygen and nutrients to all tissues of the body, and that is a basic cornerstone to us being healthy. But there's a bigger picture, and breathing really does affect our emotions, it affects our musculoskeletal health, and it is been shown that people that have breathing dysfunction have a high incidence of it's a major causative factor in regards to development of pain syndromes, neck pain, back pain, TMJ symptoms, lack of mobility, anxiety is another one. So there's a variety of things that there's a host of musculoskeletal and emotional things that not being able to breathe well or just being inefficient, something that we all inherently do, but most of us are not efficient at, can have negative effects if we don't do it well. So for this one, I want to give you thought-provoking questions. Okay, so there are 4 questions. Now, there are many respiratory breathing questionnaires out there, but there are 4 main questions that if you can say definitively no to these, you are probably landing in a bucket of having reasonable breathing mechanics. And so anyway, future posts will talk about some of the functional parts of it and what really good breathing looks like. So stay tuned for some of those. But I want you to ask yourself 4 questions. The first is, do you feel tense? That speaks at anxiety and stress level in general. Do you feel cold sensations in your hands or your feet? That speaks at the circulatory part of how well your lungs are circulating oxygen in conjunction with your cardiovascular system. Number 3 is, do you catch yourself yawning? And I would probably add on top of that, fatigued and yawning, not necessarily yawning to relax, but fatigued and yawning. And last but not least is, do you notice yourself breathing through your mouth at night? That's sleep apnea, other things, and affect your breathing pattern. So if you could say definitively no to those 4 things, you are probably at least somewhat reasonably efficient in your breathing mechanics. So anyway, it's, in my opinion, it's one of the single biggest things that we all breathe, but very few people, though most of us are aware of it a lot of times, very few of us do it really efficiently. So it's one of the leading opportunities, I think, for improving on our skills in regards to breathing well. So anyway, ask your those four questions, see where you land. Hopefully you score well on those tests. And everybody, thanks for listening, and breathe well and keep on thriving. Take care, guys.